work's always hard to follow.
That's right, it is.
Guys? Okay. I'm Sergeant Walcott. I'm the Chief Steward with the Memphis Police Association for Memphis Police Department.
Well, look at you. You guys have been rock stars.
Woo! Y'all have been rock stars helping us out. So I don't get this up a little higher. Firstly, everyone in this room knows that Memphis has statistically been one of, and in some years, the most dangerous city in the United States. Mm-hmm. The federal support that our department has received since September of 2024 has been nothing short of a miracle. Our crime rates are much lower when compared to the same exact months the preceding year when we had no help. And I don't mean lower like the national average. I mean lower like our murder rate is down 35%. Mm-hmm. Our aggravated assaults are also down 35%. These are current numbers. Our robbery rates are down 58%. Mm-hmm. And our motor vehicle thefts are down 68%. I say all this to say thank you for this help. And it has been invaluable and truly proves that more law enforcement with reasonable but aggressive tactics equals less crime. My question to you would be the following. I'm extremely concerned about cartel activity, which you touched on shortly ago, all throughout the country regarding drugs and human trafficking, but especially in Memphis, as it's considered a hub for the cartels. Is ICE itself putting any extra special emphasis on cartel activity in particular, since their reach appears to be much longer than most people realize, and they reportedly even threaten agents with bounties? And does classifying cartels as terrorists help combat them from that? Is that a tool to help you combat them?
It does. When President Trump declared the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, it opens up the door for a lot more authorities that we can use to go after them. So now, and you've seen him obviously partner and take action against leaders even in Mexico, and that is just the start of the operation that we are undertaking as the Trump administration. Listen, what happened under the last administration, by having that open border, it allowed the cartels to get rich, to grow, to become, they had unfettered access, and their ability to make money was compounded over and over and over again. They could do whatever they want with the human trafficking and drug trafficking. So they are extremely, extremely wealthy and strong and sophisticated in the technology we see them using against us, and their ability to operate in cyberspace as well, and then with how they're using drones to bring drugs over the border now, and tunnels that are almost like pipelines where they're not even large enough to shoot people through, but they are enough to get drugs through. So we have all kinds of new challenges, and that's why President Trump is undertaking going after the cartels by addressing it from the Western Hemisphere. He will have a big agreement that I'll be there with him on Saturday with the Department of War and the Department of State on how we're going to go after cartels and drug trafficking in the entire Western Hemisphere. So this challenge, we've realized, is big. We've always known that, but if we're really going to address it, we have to look outside of our borders to kill off the cartels before they continue to build up more and more strength and keep killing our Americans. But you guys have done what, I think everybody in the room wants to grow up and be Memphis for what you did. But I would say that the work that happened, just so everybody knows, what happened in Memphis was their mayor was willing to work with us, who is a Democrat, was willing to partner with the federal government, and the resources and dollars that went in were not just from the Department of Homeland Security. The Department of War contributed, the Department of Justice contributed. It was incredible to see different agencies in the federal government go and show up and cover the costs of having that operation and make sure that people there could see a difference and they could see hope again. And people almost need to see it and feel it. That's what happened in D.C. when we did the D.C. operation. It took a few weeks for people to realize and feel the difference of what it was like to be in a city where you could walk down the street again, where you could go have dinner again. You didn't have to worry about your car being carjacked if you wanted to go out for dinner that night. And once people feel that, it's almost like they get to feel freedom again, and that's what Memphis is providing to them. So we need to figure out a way to tell your story to other cities and show them that it can be an opportunity to restore their way of life again.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for
so
your
much.
leadership. You
Yes,
bet.
ma'am. Thank you.
Anybody else? Yes, sir. You bet.
the obvious difficulties and implications of having the sanctuary city laws and the states not supporting the feds and things like that, what are some of the vehicles that you guys can use or will use to try to, I don't want to say get around that, but work with the conditions that you guys are under to still be effective as federal law enforcement in those sanctuary city areas? Well,
if it's a sanctuary city, we have an opportunity to form partnerships then with sheriffs and do that in a state. Many times sheriffs are elected officials and they're accountable for what their crime numbers are in their counties, and they're very close to the people. So we find a lot of progress working with sheriffs and in those situations. If it's an entire sanctuary state, most of those sheriffs and police departments are concerned about liability issues and the laws that may be on the books. I would say that for all of you, though, to know that a sanctuary state looks very different from state to state. The laws may be completely different. So if you are interested, if you are a sanctuary state or city, I need to come sit with you or have someone from our team come sit with you, really go through with my attorneys your state laws and see how we could still work together and not have you live in fear of being punished or being held criminally liable for not abiding by those sanctuary laws. We can challenge them, and the federal government and Department of Justice is going to be challenging sanctuary states and laws. In fact, today in the House Judiciary Committee, they're marking up a bill in Congress that would ban sanctuary cities and states, that would use the supremacy clause. So if we could, it will pass out of committee, and I think and pass out of the House. We're hopeful the Senate would take that up, but it's a constitutional compliant piece of legislation that would fundamentally change the way that we do public safety across the country. So if that can happen in the meantime, we figure out how we can work together to do notification of individuals that may be released or individuals that we could partner with you to get them out of your community. You bet. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. This is going to sound a little bit like a sales pitch, but it's not, I assure you. I work for a company called Vertex. We already have a very nice contract with Homeland Security, so this doesn't count.
Good.
I bring a unique perspective. I don't have a question for you. I have a comment.
Okay.
I live just outside the city of Portland.
Mm-hmm.
I work on our federal team, so I work with your agents all over the country. HSI, ICE, Secret Service. I see them being treated like garbage in various places, up to and including with extreme violence. The perspective I bring is this: I have not worked with a better group of people, more professional, humble, quiet professionals. They're amazing men and women, all of them, and I didn't want to miss this opportunity to tell you that directly. So thank you very much. That goes to you, your staff, and all of your agents across the country.
Well,
thank you very much.
Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. I will let them know that you said that. That means a lot to them. They face some challenging times. They have a lot of good days too, but they're just trying to do the right thing and make sure that we're doing the job and upholding the oath that everybody took when they signed up for law enforcement. So, well, thank you, everybody. Thank you for letting me be with you. You have a fantastic meeting. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for coming to this conference and spending some time together. I hope you get some fellowship. From what I understand, cops are pretty good at that. So you have fun. I'm sorry I can't stick around for it, but God bless you. And may God continue to bless our great country. Have a great day.
Guys, just take your seats until we'll get into the motorcade.